Wow. This aircraft needs a buttload of runway for single. I think we got a tail strike. Welcome to my channel, and today the long-awaited Dassault Falcon not an F50, but the Dassault Falcon 50 has been released for only $52, 52 US dollars. And is this aircraft really worth it? So let's find out. We'll see how it goes. And it's actually loud for a tri-jet, and wow, like I would say the textures are great. So remember the last time when I did the reaction video, I said this was an APU. No, it's not. It's the nozzle to the third engine. So this is similar to the TriStar setup, and then you have your rudder and elevators. I don't know why the animation is a bit weird, but it's fine. And I prefer it to not have finlets or whatever it's called. I just like it like this, you know. So far the textures look great. Honestly, my graphics don't do much justice to it, but yeah, I like that. And I like the multiple cockpit lining. It's just interesting. And then look at that tri-jet setup with the elevators pointed like that. And when you look up, I mean, it's not that swept back, you know. So I mean, but it goes fast. It's fast enough. Cruising speed is fast enough. You can check it out. I don't know the necessarily details for that, but today we're gonna test this aircraft. We're currently at St. Thomas in Canada, and this is where we are in Canada, CYQS. You can always go there and fly there. I tried to change this registration to a different registration, but it just didn't work, and it looks like we're in the PMDG livery. But yeah, let's take a look at the cockpit. So this is the cockpit. Pretty interesting. In the early reaction video I did, you realize that this aircraft has only 3 engines and 1 reverse thrust for the second engine, which is crazy. And we have a map right here. No, sorry, we have a second category map right here, and that you can look at during your flight plans, and you can change your baro and all of that, your barometric pressure. And yeah, that's cool. And then we look at the overhead panel. That's how you start your aircraft. So you started with the battery. This is your EFIS, which is the flight display or the flight indicator. That's over here. And these 2 things will power up once you hit those buttons. And then your cross feeds, your pumps, your bus ties, your lights, your fasten seat belts, and then your, I think the icing is here. I'm not sure, but yeah, then your radio master for radio communication. So VATSIM. So this aircraft is VATSIM compatible, so you can use it for VATSIM and whatever. So this is where you do your flight planning. You go to flight plan and enter your flight plan details, and it will tell you your identification, where you are currently, and the air rig or something, like if it's up to date for your flight planning and stuff. Your flight database, I guess, is over here. So far it's a pretty much good looking aircraft. Seat rest is very interactive, and this is your stuff for your radio navigation, as well as speaking to ATC. So this is cool. I'm actually going, after this video, I'm going to try this on VATSIM. And just remember, the pricing is $52 at Contrail simulating. So you can actually change this by using your scroll wheel on your mouse or whatever. You can switch this to Alt. Yeah, so that's how some of the buttons are interactive, by using your scroll wheel. And then the APU is right here. That's your APU. Once you see this gauge moving, that means the APU is activated, and this is how you do your IRS alignment and your passenger and oxygen and whatnot. Landing gear is right here. Engine fire is right here. Altitude indicator to set your altitude is right here. So it's changing. I'm using a knob from my quadrant, so it's just changing, but the way it changes is just weird. It's like the number glitches out. And then if you want to do your fire test, right here, weird sounds, flap indicator, air brake, that's the speed brake or whatever. Emergency gear pull, that's if the gear doesn't retract and you're making a landing. This button is interactive as well. This is your passenger and crew climate indicator. This is your brake, whether you want your brakes on or say number 1, number 2, number 3. But yeah, you can set those. Standby pump to auto and on. I'm not sure if these are interactive too. You just need to use your scroll wheel. But this button, not so much. I think these are textures. Yeah, probably. But yeah, and one thing I also wanted to talk about was the stuff here. Oxygen max is interactive, and this is used for your V-speeds. So if you're wondering how to plan your flight, your V-speeds will show here, and the co-pilot will call it out. So you can click on the X button and it will go back. Click it here, then you click here to reset it, and then it resets. And then you do that. Then it has an EFB. So this is the EFB. Honestly, compared to the Citation X, this EFB is better. So this is your ground operation, so you can do fueling. So the covers will not be initiated because the engine is running, and the main door can be opened. So let's open it. So that's the main door animation. Sorry for my lagging. So that's the main door animation, and then we can close that. In the baggage compartment, that's at the back here, very quick to open, and we can close that. Then external power, that's it right there. Cool. That's for when the engine, I don't know what a torque link is. You can comment what that is. I really don't know what that is. Torque link, I do not know, but maybe something for the landing gear. I don't know, man. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what a torque link is. I'll just look it up. And then your van, yeah, so that's the van right there. And they had to use Mercedes, I guess. It's a Mercedes. What brand is it? Yeah, it's definitely a Mercedes truck. But yeah, we can remove that. Yeah, so that's the ground operations. And weight and balance, you can change how much passengers that you want. So today, no passengers, no baggage, will be very light, and then we'll just reduce our fuel, not too much fuel. And you can change it from kilos to pounds, so like you can change from metric to imperial, whatever the case may be. And then there's your options. If you want to enable fast IRS, allow autopilot override, co-pilot seat, whatever you want, you can just change it on this EFB. And yeah, so that's the EFB for you. Very interesting. I've forgotten how to stow it back. I think you have to click somewhere here. So for this one, you just click the X. For this, I think you just let's see. Where is it? Where do we click? Somewhere here. I don't know. Yeah, so there's the top right there. So yeah, so you can open this. Oh, cool, that's interesting. You can open that, and then we can close this, and then let's see, there's more stuff to click. So you can click this in case the sun is blaring your eyes, which I don't think this does much at all. So yeah, you should change that. Then you can put this right there. So you see, once I set the parking brakes, then it changes to red. Brakes on, do not tow. Now the parking brakes are off, brakes off, do not tow. So this is when you shut down your engines, you can put it there. So I'll remove that. And what else do we have that we haven't looked at? Oh, there, the cabin. We'll look at the cabin. Some books or textures. So that's the cabin. Pretty interesting. These interactive. No, they're just textures. No. But in the King Air 200, these are interactive. No, textures. Okay, so as we saw in the trailer video, we see this thing over here showing us the ground speed. Are these interactive? No, that's very sad. Are these interactive? It is. That's good. So this is interactive, but the window blinds aren't. Sad. And then can move this back. Same here, I guess. So you can move it however you like. Let's look here. Can this door be open? No, it cannot. Huh. I saw it being a clickable region though, like the mouse changed. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to snoop into it. Oh, nothing. That's crazy. Shouldn't have done that. Alright, anyways, we'll just head back to the cockpit. Let's see if we can close the doors. We cannot close any doors. Okay. Everything here is pretty much basically textures then. Smoke goggles. Okay, now here, I don't know what we can do here. But we can just increase the light panels for the darkness. Yeah, to trim autopilot, I guess. But I already have autopilot binded. Okay, now to test this aircraft. Alright, so now let's get going. Because the brakes are on. So that's how it sounds like when it takes off. Then you get notifications to the right if you haven't done things properly, which is cool. And then we have the pilot calling on airspeed. Rotate, okay. And it's not rotating. So that's the sound of the trim wheel. Gear up. Can't do it too much. Because we have too much power, just reduce the power a little bit. So yeah, overall this aircraft handles well, but I would say so far the first time I tried it when it got released, approaching with this aircraft is a bit weird, I would say. So there it looks like outside. We just send the flaps up. Where's that sound? I think it's the flaps. So there it looks. There it is in the PMDG livery. Yep, I knew it. Yeah, so yeah, honestly this trijet is worth it for $50. Some content creators have better graphics, so you can see how it really looks like in better graphics, but I'm just reviewing this aircraft. The textures look great on this. Plane handles well. Everything is, I'd say this aircraft is ranked as steady level. So to start the engines, you need to use these red buttons. To shut it down, it's also the same thing, these three red buttons. Then this is your air brakes, and then that's your flaps right there, and then that's it. So it says clean slats and then slats plus flaps and whatever, and then that's your comms. I don't know why it's off, but oh well, I guess we had an issue, but it shouldn't be off. But anyways, so you know the deal already. We're gonna see if we can land this aircraft over there with first we'll land it with all three engines, of course, and then we will land it with just no engines actually. So 3, 2, 1 in that order. So first 3, then we'll land it with 2, and then we land it with 1. And there are many permutations we can land this with. We can shut down the right engine, like whichever. But for today, I'll just shut down the third engine and leave it to just number 2 and 1, which is the middle and the left. So this one will be dead. So that will be for our next takeoff. So because this is a jet, I just went and took a wider approach. Hopefully we don't crash. But yeah, so far so good. And if you've done your flight planning, it would definitely show right here. I mean, this kind of looks basic in a way, but it's fine. I mean, this jet was created in the 70s, so I'm not expecting much. And then once you go to power idle, this jet really sinks, and I feel like there's auto trim, so sometimes the elevators can really go to nose up. It's actually very dangerous, so I don't know. And it makes flying this aircraft really difficult. So there's the V speeds. So whatever you set on this will be synced to this right here. So just keep in mind. And that's why if you set it up correctly, or if you even set it up at all, the pilot would be calling the V speeds. So we're just gonna slow down to approach speed, which is around 160, 170. No, it's actually less than that. So I think 130. Now we're coming a little bit too fast, so I'll just keep the air brakes a little bit down, and I'll go full flaps. And then this is where it starts to really sink, because now, like, you know. And then I'm gonna take out the air brakes and increase a little bit of power, and then trim a little bit. Sounds like gunshots, eh? Just add a little bit of power so it stabilizes. Then your rate of one tip I've always noticed about landing aircraft is try to make your rate of descent 500 feet per minute or less. I don't know why it's sinking. No, right now was just very low. Or maybe the flaps I use is just too much. Just use this level of flaps. So this is what it looks like outside. Oh boy, it's sinking. Bro, not again, not again. Same thing happened with the King Air. Now where I wanted to land, I'm floating over. That's crazy. But in this case, it has only one reverse thrust. And this is what it looks like. Bucket. So I'm using brakes, putting my foot on the brakes. And then bruh. I'm quite saddened that this just has one reverse thrust. Just one. Okay. That was bad. That was actually a bad. We stalled. We stalled on approach. But we'll try this again. So just give me a sec. Hold on. Alright, so we'll just take off from here at this point. Why did that go up? What is that? Engine 2 failed. That's crazy. Why did that do that? Would 80 knots? Let's see if we could do a vertical takeoff. Vertical takeoff. Nah, that's not a vertical takeoff. It's even beginning to stall. That's crazy. Oh well, we can't do a vertical takeoff. It doesn't have that much power to be doing vertical takeoffs. But anyways, we just saw how this aircraft behaves with full flaps, and it's awful. I think you might have to put in the flaps like on final when you're stable, or just not use full flaps. I think full flaps is optional at this point. So now we're gonna fill the right engine. We're not doing downwind, we're not doing that. Yeah, we're just gonna fill it. Alright, so now I don't know what that is. So now we're just gonna fly with these two engines. And it's already sinking. That's crazy. Alright, so gear down. And we'll not use full flaps. I mean, the flaps are already down, so yeah. We'll do a steep turn actually. I guess this is the type of aircraft to be having it on full power until like the last second, I guess. Right now we're coming in a little bit too fast. I'll just put the speed brakes up. I guess we should have gone a little bit further, but I mean, one engine is dead, so there's still some drags, so we should be fine. Now we're sinking. Now we're too slow. That's crazy. Let's see. Hold on. Hopefully this should be a smooth landing. Oh no. Bruh. I think it's harder to get a smooth landing with this aircraft. I think with all tri-jets in general, it's harder to get a smooth landing. Okay, that's it. We'll just go to that. I don't know why it keeps making that noise. Maybe that's just how it is. Let me see if I could turn off the bleed air, I guess. I don't know. No, that's not bleed air. Or maybe it's just ambient sound. Okay, good. Now it's quiet. Much better. I prefer this anyway, so let's do that. So I'm gonna, now you can hear the engine. I don't know how the normal procedures for this is. That's why I just, you know, turn that off. It's a bit noisy, but maybe we have to keep it on the whole duration of the flight. But look, it's saying cabin stuff. I don't know, but yeah, whatever the case may be, now you can actually hear the engines. We're gonna take off with just the two engines that we have running. The third engine will remain failed, so it's like that, so that we keep progressing till failed engine. So the last engine I'll fail is the one with the reverse thrust. I don't know. Or you know what, just to make it more challenging, I'll fill the engine with the reverse thrust. That way we don't have any reverses. We just use form drag to actually stop this aircraft. And then we'll go from there. And then after that, I mean, seeing that we won't have any engines left when we take off, I mean, once we fill out the engines, that's it. We can take off with those engines. So we'll keep landing until all the engines are filled. So now we're about to land with one engine, and we'll take off with one engine, and let's just see how it looks like. Oh boy. V1. We're not V1. That's crazy. Rotating, but it's not climbing. Wow, that's crazy. Let's trim. So, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we took off with just two engines. Two engines operational, which is just cool. So now, we'll not retract the gear, but yeah, this should be it. So Now that we're airborne, we're still a bit low, so I just want to wait a bit. Once we get a little bit higher, then I'll fill this engine, and then yeah, pretty much it. And then we just left with this one. That'll be interesting. Let's see how that goes. All right, so we're not going to turn on the dead engine. It's a little bit harder to turn because the one to our right, the engine to our right is dead. So the engine on this side is dead. So it's making us look uncoordinated in the turn. Plus we have our landing gear down, plus we have a little bit of flaps down, giving us more drag. That's why I'm having full power. And if you notice, our airspeed is not increasing or decreasing because we're kind of in, I would say, equilibrium state. So when you're not climbing straight and level in a turn, your airspeed isn't climbing, you're not climbing, nothing is changing, you're basically in equilibrium. Yeah, so now we're going too fast and we're gonna hold it there, and now we're gonna fill the middle engine. So I'm gonna increase the power a bit. Fill. Now we just have this one, and now you know we may or may not survive this. This is gonna be a very hard landing. And then after that, we'll try with 3 engines to see if we could get a smooth landing on approach, because honestly, all the aircraft I've flown, it's like you can make a decent smooth landing rate with it, but this one, bruh, smashing the runway like you know, just hitting it. I don't know. Okay, this would be crazy if I make a smoother landing with the single engine. That would be crazy. Oh, I mean, it's I don't know. It's, we don't have any reverses, so just use brakes. The nose gear is still up. That's crazy. That's crazy. The nose gear is still up. Oh well. So now we're gonna take off with a single engine, and we're gonna see if we could land with no engines, since this aircraft likes to sink a lot. So we're gonna go to the edge of the runway, perform a single engine takeoff in this aircraft, and it has to be the shortest as possible. But so far this aircraft is actually good. I like it. I like the handling. I like everything about it. So that's the fuel gauge. You can open it and do some fuelings, but because we are moving, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I don't know why this is still open, so I'm gonna close it back. How do we close it? Yep, so we close it back and then I get back in the cockpit. But yeah, that's crazy. That should not have happened. But anyways, we'll just make a turn. I'm on the turning on dead engine, so I don't know how we're turning. I guess we had enough momentum to actually do that. So now that we're aligned, but this nose gear really turns. I'll just show you. Sorry for my friends. Yeah, so it really turns. You can make tight turns with this. So yeah, so there you go. These 2 engines are dead. The only one operational is this one. So yeah, we're going. Say no takeoff because it's very unsafe to take off with just a single engine, and I guess the flaps are kind of we're not configured for takeoff at all. So are you trying to tell me this aircraft doesn't generate enough power on a single engine for us to lift off? That's crazy. Takeoff config. We're not even gaining airspeed. That's crazy. We're not even a V1 yet. Airspeed is now alive. That's crazy. Let's see if we can make it. Come on, come on, come on. Because we don't have any weight. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Oh, we ain't making this. This is crazy. 80 knots. Come on, come on. Come on. Wow. This aircraft needs a buttload of runway for single. I think we got a tail strike. Didn't go as planned. You know, single engine. So we're back again, and we're gonna try. You know, we'll just try landing it with one engine and just actually with no engines, and let's see how that goes. Hopefully we make it. We're still in St. Thomas, so for now, yeah, let's go. And then once we get high enough, you know, we'll just like get rid of the stuff. So far I like this aircraft. The sound is good, everything is fine, but yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Rotate. Not again. But yeah, gear up. So anyways, yeah, this runway is short enough, but yeah, we're gonna land it with no engines actually. So just gonna turn, but overall this aircraft is worth the buy. VATSIM compatible, because your frequency is right here. Do whatever you need to do, and then you go from there. But aside that, yeah, you should be good. Now let's see if we could do a steep turn. No, that's not a steep turn. This is a spiral dive. Then we just overload the aircraft with G's. That's crazy. And then we just reduce the power a little bit. Trim is too high. We're trying to avoid IMC. Okay, we're very high. But yeah, this should be good. Now, we're just gonna keep climbing a little bit. Not too far to the point we get into the clouds, because I'm not trying to go IFR. Alright, now just gonna hold it there, and now I'm gonna fill all engines. 1, 2, 3, perfect. Okay, now the engines are dead. We need to find that runway. The stupid runway is right there. Can we bring the gear down? Yeah, we can. Awesome. And it starts to drop. That's crazy. We should not have done that. They're not going up. Are they going up? Probably at a very slow rate. Yeah, they are going up. Yeah, never mind. I'll actually keep them down. No, I don't think we're gonna make it. No, we are not gonna make it. I don't know, man. This was not a good idea. Hopefully we make it. Oh no. Let me trade airspeed for altitude. I guess this is where we can use the gravity pull. Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna die. Yeah, it collapsed. The gear collapsed. That's very realistic. Okay, I guess we just turn everything off then. Okay, well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, look at this. And then the rest of the body is just in the ground like that. This actually looks like an actual plane crash. It's just that this hasn't been like dislodged from the body yet. Let's see if we could even open the doors. Just give me a sec. Open the doors. Ground ups options. I think it's ground ups. Yeah, main door. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it goes into the ground like in the King Air. It does go into the ground. What the heck? Look at the Contrail logo. That's cool. That's a good thing to notice. The Contrail logo. I really would recommend this jet. It's a very good aircraft. Yeah, I really recommend this aircraft. Tri-jet, closest of the tri-jets you'd ever get to. Look at that door just sticking into the ground like that. The same thing happened with the King Air. We ended up the King Air was the other way. We ended up over there. Here we ended up a few meters short of the runway. That's crazy. And we impacted the ground here, and we kept dragging to like here. So the plane would have been in pieces in real life. But yeah, this is St. Thomas Airport. Very short runway. Very cool jet. I like how it's in the grass, just sitting there like that. This is a very good shot. I know, not to sound dark or anything, but this is a very good shot. Like a shot like this where it's in the grass, buried like that. Sorry, I'm trying to go, deep into the grass like that. This is sick. I should have done the same thing to the King Air. But yeah, this looks. I mean, from here it looks. It is what it is. But like from the back, the back stuff always look good. But yeah, anyways, from the back, this looks, like something out of a horror film. Like, scary. But yeah, up next, I might actually do this on VATSIM. But that's all, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoy this video. I would recommend you purchase this for $50 on the Contrail app. Don't go anywhere else. It might be possibly higher, but just go to the Contrail app. This was released yesterday on the 25th of June for $52 US dollars actually. So you can take a look, grab your copy and have fun with it. It's actually very realistic, and I would say it's a steady level aircraft. But thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye bye.